What's up guys, Excal here and welcome back to some more Star Ocean Anamnesis. So, I hope you all had fun with the previous event. I hope you all cleared out the shop. I didn't do so well. I only got the essentials like the cap increase items and the weapons. But hopefully this one will go a bit better. So there's been an update and they've added a bunch of new stuff. So let's take a look at that, shall we? Okay, so yeah, looks like there's 4 new notices. So let's go through them one by one. First, we have the Temple of Elements. So they've added the upper tiers of the Temple of Elements. It looks like there's 20 floors in total, so they've added 5 more. I don't know if it's just these 20 or if this is just a screenshot they took. It looks like there's only 20. So maybe I'll do a video on every single one of these floors, but I'm not sure on that. The enemies start from level 175 and they go all the way up to level 200. I don't know how difficult this is gonna be, because we still have Miria with her Thunder Flare, and that's really fucking broken. And then there's also Roddick and Summer Miria. Some of you have them, so it's not Thunder Flare, it's Plasma Cyclone, that's the broken one. So yeah, I don't know how difficult this is gonna be, but there you go. New floor of Temple of Elements. More contents, always fun. Okay, let's see, up next, the Summer Promotion. I think this one is just a login campaign. So there's 2 bonuses, one that will help you level up your characters, and then we have one that will give you a bunch of stamina tickets that we'll likely never end up using. So the first one requires you to clear some special achievements, and then you get platinum prisms and all that stuff that you can see there. Let's see, achievements. Hold on, let me see if I can actually find this in the actual achievement list. So we have, yep, it's right here in the event tab. You can see all this stuff. So clear all that stuff and then you get your upgrade materials. And then let's look at the second one. Second bonus is the login bonuses. And we got the first one today, which is the Augment Orb. I think that's an Augment Orb. And then we have a bunch of stamina tickets. I think that's pretty much it. And oh yeah, there's also the item shop. They added a new item, a summer set that gives you the Attacker Status Enhancement set, which is a bunch of platinum prisms for Healer, Attacker, Invoker. And you get some coins that you can exchange for 5-star weapons of your choice, which is really good. And there's also an ace ticket in there, which is not listed in the added items thing. I don't know why. And also some AP seeds. Okay. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Actually, let's take a look at the items that they've added. Oh, never mind. I read that wrong. They actually put the thingy separate in the notice. So the Seasonal Summer Set B is there, and then you have the Attacker set, Healer, Invoker, and then the coins are also separate, but if you buy the seasonal set, I think you get everything that's in there. Well, you get an upgraded version of everything. You get the coins, some platinum prisms, rainbow crystal, limit breaker, starseed, amazing, for 5,000 gems, which is quite a bit, but there's an ace ticket in there with some AP seeds, very rare, and the limit breaker, always good to have, and yeah. Looks like pretty good value. I know I'm gonna buy one of those, even if it's only for the ace ticket. Okay, let's look at the next notice. And then now we have the Broken Ruler and Captive Queen. This is part 2 of the event that started last time, the Planet of the Deep Blue Sea, the sequel. So, just like the previous one, this one has an event map that you're gonna have to go through, clear all the nodes, and then you can reach your farming spot. So instead of the red coral, we now have blue coral that you can exchange again for items in a shop. There is a one-handed sword and an orb. I'm pretty sure those 2 can actually be used by Summer Reimi and Summer Sophia, who are the 2 characters that we'll be talking about in a second. And again, we have the cap increase items, some story with the shell, and a character ticket. Really cool. Okay, let's take a look at these weapons, shall we? First we have the Centrifuge Blade. Celestial Sword plus 20% damage. I'm pretty sure that's the name of Reimi's rush attack. So her rush does 20% more damage, and then 3% HP every 3 seconds when you're behind a target. Again, that works really well with how Summer Reimi functions. We'll get to that in a second. And then AP cost minus 10%, that's always nice. And then the second weapon is the Ocean's Eye. Lightning Strike plus 20% damage, which is one of Summer Sophia's skills. So it does more damage. I think that's actually her 4th skill that she unlocks when you augment her to level 70. So that's going to do a ton of damage. And then damage dealt plus 10% when attack hits a single enemy. Again, I think that works really well with Sophia, because her talents also work like that. And then we have the Guts, chance of surviving a lethal attack. Always cool. And I think that's pretty much it. You have the event achievements, which we saw in the tab, and actually, when I looked at the previous thing with the login bonuses, or not the login bonuses, the bonus number 1, I think that might have actually been this and not the bonus itself. I'll have to take a look at that. And there are the initial rewards that you get for completing the quest once, and I think that's pretty much all there is. Oh, wait, never mind, we have a boss enemy. The Million Eye. Again, he's weak to lightning, just like the Eternal Queen was, so it doesn't look like Miria and Roddick will get rest this time around. But I'll try to have a video of this guy's moveset up a little later today, or maybe tomorrow. We'll see how long it takes to actually collect footage for this. But it looks pretty freaking deadly. So yeah, I think that's about it for this one. Alright, and now let's take a look at the big one, shall we? The new character draw. So we have 2 new characters, Summer Reimi and Summer Sophia, and they're especially broken, as it says in the notice right there. Broken Ruler and Captive Queen. Okay, anyway. So, let's see. Can also be obtained through the standard character draws and ticket draws, which means that if you've got a bunch of ace tickets saved up, might as well use them now. Well, that is, if you want these characters. And they will be obtainable through the standard character draws and ticket draws until the maintenance. Okay, yeah. Wait, what? Hold on a second. So the campaign runs until September 4th, and you'll be once the campaign is over, you'll be able, I don't know. They made a mistake like this in the last one too. I think this is just redundant wording. Who knows? Okay, so hold on, wait, what? Please note that obtained will not disappear after the campaign. I don't know. Maybe they just copy and pasted that. Who knows? So there you have their 3D models, and here we have the actual meat, which determines for some people whether they should roll or not. In my opinion, that shouldn't be a determining factor. You should just roll for whoever you want, and I know I'm gonna roll. So let's see. Let's go through these 2 one by one, starting with Summer Reimi, the attacker. So her first skill, Combo Breaker. Actually, the battle skills don't really matter. Let's look at her talents first. So we have attack plus 40% for the party when not in front of a target. And why is this stuff so small? I can't even see anything. Okay, attack plus 40% when not in front of target. So this really makes her the they're marketing her as a positional based character. Where was that? Couldn't really see it. There, positional attacker that can increase her rush. So this skill right here is part of that. When she's standing in front of a target, she gains plus 40% attack for the entire party. And actually, I don't know if this applies to everybody separately or just to her. Somebody will have to confirm that. But a plus 40% attack buff, that's amazing. That's like Fidel's attack buff, except she has more to bring than just that. So for her second talent, we have plus 25% attack when in front of target, and rush combo damage plus 10% when also in front of target for the entire party. So attack plus 25, that's very nice. The rush damage plus 10% for the entire party, that's fantastic. And I think right now she's the only person, the only character that has a skill like this. So having her or bringing her along will definitely benefit the party as long as you know how to use her effectively. And again, I'm not sure if everybody has to be standing in front of the enemy to get this buff, or if it's just Reimi that has to be standing in front of them to activate the buff. Somebody will have to confirm this, but I will say that it's really good. And then we have Handmade Dolls 2. Normal attack, AP recovery plus 80%, and nullifies rush gauge reduction field, short range weapon. So this wording is god awful, and I don't know what they mean by that right here. However, I have the wiki pulled up, and right here it says AP recovery from normal attacks plus 80%, and nullify reduce rush gauge accumulation effect. So from that I can gather that if an enemy can somehow give you a debuff that causes your rush to accumulate a lot slower, she will nullify this effect. And AP recovery from normal attacks, as we all know, that's just tapping the screen and then you do a normal attack. The AP recovery will almost double from attacks like that. And with future characters that also have stuff like this, well, the effects don't stack, but future attackers have similar talents that also recover AP with normal attacks, and there will be future weapons that give you stuff like that. So you could be a complete attacking machine with talents like this. So the AP recovery from normal attacks, while it doesn't sound great, I can imagine that in the future it'll be fantastic. And this applies, according to the wiki, to all characters who use close range weaponry. And here it's a short range weapon. So I imagine that every character who uses like a sword and sheath, daggers, I think daggers apply, or daggers count as short range weapons. I think every character that uses something like that gets this buff, but we'll see about that. But yeah, that's a really good skill. And then her fourth talent that you can get by augmenting to level or to 6 stars. AP cost minus 25% during a 3 skill combo. That's pretty self-explanatory. If you chain 3 of your skills and get that damage up, like if you use 1 skill you get 150, use 2 skills you get 200, and then 300. If you use 3 skills in this case, your AP for the next attack, or the next attack will cost 25% less AP, which is really good for spamming your skills. And then if you look at her stats, her attack 2700, that's quite nice, especially for an attacker. So yeah, overall a decent character, and I haven't even looked at her rush combo. So cure status ailments and single target damage dealt plus 40% for the entire party. Spectacular. Okay, that's just amazing. And there's also the event weapon that increases that damage by 20%, or well, the damage of her rush combo by 20%. So overall, very nice character. Would recommend when looking at this right here. Okay, on to the next one. Now we have Summer Sophia, who is a healer, and that's very misleading. So first we have her Seaside Enchantress 2 talent. Party's AP slightly recovers when using attack symbology, and int plus 20% for the entire party. So when she uses an offensive attack, and as you can see her battle skills there, it's filled with offensive skills. So when she uses one of those, the party will gain a little bit of extra AP, and she also has the plus 20% in buff for the entire party. Very good skill. However, I'll get to this in a little later, but it might not work too well for her. It's really good on paper, but maybe it won't work too well. We'll have to see it in practice. Then we have talent number 2. AP cost minus 20% during a 3 skill combo, and in damage dealt plus 30%. We also saw this one with Reimi, so if you have a 3 skill combo, she can just do even more skills after that, and the in damage even goes up, so it's kind of better than Reimi's skills. Then talent number 3, attack or int damage dealt plus 20% for the entire party, and nullifies movement rate reduction field for herself and short-range weapon characters. So attack in damage dealt plus 20%. I don't know if this one stacks with Maria's damage or general damage buff. I think it does. I would guess that it does. So you can assume that it actually works. And then we have the second part of it. Nullifies movement reduction rate. Again, if an enemy has a debuff that causes your movements to go down. Hold on a second here. That causes your movement speed to go down. She nullifies debuffs like that. And I don't think we faced an enemy like that. I actually don't know if that applies to Frost. I would assume that it does. So if you ever face an enemy that can do that, then she can take care of that. And that applies to herself and short-ranged weapon enemies. Or enemies, allies, is what I meant to say. And then we have the last one, Symbology Invoking Time, minus 15% and AP cost minus 10%. Just good all around. And take a look at her stats. Int 3000, I think that's even higher than Muria. And she's a healer. That's freaking amazing. So, Rush Combo, 50% HP recovery and Int plus 40% for the entire party, 20%. Or 20%, 20 seconds. Again, very, very nice. Although that Int plus 40% does cancel out her first talent that gives a 20% into the entire party, but doesn't really matter. It's very good. So, Sophia is a really good character. I'll say this right now. However, in practice, I don't think she'll be as great as she looks here on paper, because, hear me out. Normally, or for the most part, we'll be farming multiplayer in public lobbies, right? There's only like a couple of us who are on the Discord who usually just run organized party, but for the most part, we're all gonna play public lobbies. And what happens when some random guy in the public lobby sees that they have a healer? They become reckless, and they're just gonna rush in head first into every attack. They won't even bother dodging because they think the healer is gonna take care of all their wounds. So you, as the healer, are gonna have to take care of their HP. The problem there is then that you, even though you're an amazing offensive healer, have to focus more on healing your party than on actually dealing damage, which is what you excel at. And that's what I think the problem is with her. In public lobbies, she won't really get to shine. It's an amazing character, and she can do a lot of damage, but you need to be in an organized party to make that damage work. You need to have people you can communicate with, people who know how to play the game, to actually see her truly shine. But still, I would definitely recommend pulling for both of them if you're only going for gameplay reasons. Alright. I think that about does it for this entire thing, so... Actually, hold on, before we quit out, I still have one free draw I can do today, so let's do that. Let's see what we get. Let's go. Someone, I'm not even gonna look at it. Oh my god. 4-star. Cool, I have never seen anyone use you, so I don't even know what you do. Let's see. Talents. Nullifies freezing, damage dealt to humanoids. Nice. And nullifies freezing. Okay, so he works really well in the Maze of Frost. Good to know. I'll keep that in mind. Okay, well, I think that about does it, so I guess I will see you guys next time. Peace!